Hey, and welcome to Girl Be Free, a podcast designed to help women get unstuck and cultivate the life you want on your terms. I'm Siobhan, your host, and I'm passionate about empowering women to live their best life. Each week, you'll hear pep talks that will inspire and push you to take action so you too can start to be free and live the life you want. You can learn more about me at BeFreeProject.com. Now let's jump into the show. This episode of the Girl Be Free podcast is being sponsored by the Be Free Inner Circle, an exclusive online community where positive, like-minded women gather, connect, support, and learn how to cultivate the life they deserve. The Be Free Inner Circle membership includes live monthly group coaching calls and office hours, masterclasses and workshops that will cover topics such as consistency and discipline, self-care, and creating a vision for your life, just to name a few. A resource library where you can print out articles, worksheets, and workbooks. A book club so that we have a space to discuss some of our favorite books. And the most important part is accountability and community support from women who are on the same wavelength as you and that are on a similar path who wants to be free. And a bonus feature, every member of the Be Free Inner Circle will have access to my live in-person monthly Be Free meetups where you'll be able to view live stream right from your computer screen. So I know you're excited and you want to be a part of the Be Free Inner Circle. So don't worry, I got you covered. Just go to BeFreeInnerCircle.com to learn more and sign up today. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Girl Be Free podcast. I'm your host, Siobhan, where I'm going to inspire and motivate you to show up for yourself. This week, I am loving a detox bath. Yes, you heard me right, a detox bath. So this past week, I actually took 2 baths in 1 week, and that is not my norm at all. But I had saw my friend Denise posted on her Instagram page of this beautiful tub with all these candles around it and flowers, and that excited me to take my own bath. And so what I did is I got some apple cider vinegar, baking soda, Epsom salt, essential oils, and I put that into the water while it was running. And then I also boiled a pot of hot water and I added that to the tub as well. And no, I didn't burn myself, but I do like my baths and my showers extra hot. And I also burned a candle. I turned off the lights. I burned some sage. What else did I do? I laid out my crystals, and then I played the audiobook, Woman Who Run with the Wolves. I locked the door, and I just soaked for a good 20 to 30 minutes. And y'all, it was so relaxing that I took another bath a few days later. And I really needed it and didn't know that I needed it because it was just so calming and just to release those toxins from your body. So I will drop a link to an article that I checked out where I got the recipe from, so you can take a look at it as well. You will find that link in the show notes. So if you have not taken a bath, definitely do so. Again, it was so relaxing and it felt so good. And I know that I'm going to be taking baths more often. All right, so on to today's topic, which is 6 reasons why you need to take a mental break. So this week's episode almost didn't happen because y'all girl, she is tired. I am really exhausted. For me, so 2018 has really flown by. And the fact that September is happening in a few days, is so bananas to me. Where did the year go? And so I have been going non-stop from the beginning of the year until now. From homeschooling my children, we're going into our 4th year doing that, monitoring and managing the Be Free Inner Circle, promoting events, having events every single month, sometimes multiple events in a month. This month alone, I had 4 events, y'all. 4. And events, hosting them, promoting them, doing all the work is not easy. And I don't think I will ever do that again, having 4 in 1 month. That's just kind of crazy. I'm not even sure how that happened. But I will say that I'm tired. And I was texting a friend this past weekend, right before my Be Free meetup in Columbus happened. And I was like, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. And she was like, you need to rest. You need to rest. And I'm like, you know what? You are right. And so that's the reason for today's topic is 6 reasons why you need to take a mental break. Because if you're like me and you're goal oriented and your life is busy and you're doing so many things, like you're just constantly going and constantly going. And when do you have a moment to just kind of take a break and just breathe? So let me pause and tell you about the Be Free meetup that happened in Columbus this weekend. It was phenomenal. Thank you to everyone who showed out. I know I have a lot of new listeners to the podcast, so welcome. And it was amazing. It was at Zora's house. So if you have not been to Zora's house and you're in Columbus, definitely check it out. It is a co-working space for women of color. And the customer service, the ambassadors that were there to help me from the moment that I pulled up and just helping everything flow so effortlessly, I was blown away and very thankful. And then the women showed up and showed out. There was no seats left, which I'm very grateful for, that this was a whole new audience that had never heard me speak before. So the fact that they were willing to commit to a morning workshop on a Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon, and we actually went past noon, to learn about what it means to go from feeling stuck to unstoppable, I am forever grateful. And it was just a great experience connecting with a new audience in a new environment. And then it just let me know that I want to do more of that. Like I want to go and meet people where they're at in these different cities. So you may remember, if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, one of my goals for 2018 was to go on tour. And go to different cities. And so Columbus was the first city. And then I was thinking, I can do 2 more cities before the end of the year. But that was before this past weekend when I realized that, Siobhan, let's press pause. Let's take a break. Let's reflect. Let's think about some things before you jump into the next. And so today's topic is not just for you, but it's definitely for me. So even with the tour, I decided I'm not going to force myself and rush it and throw something together, that I'm really going to focus on some other things and let that happen as it should, when it should, without burning myself out. And so I'm taking my friend's advice, and I am going to kind of just pull back a little bit and not put so much on my plate. I, again, have been going and going and going. And the thing is, I love what I do. And so it doesn't feel like work. However, I do understand that even though it doesn't feel like work, I'm still working. Like my mind, my, energy, all of these things go into this. And then I do need to take a moment to just reflect and to breathe. So one thing, in a couple of weeks, I will be heading to New Orleans for a self-care retreat, which I cannot wait for. And y'all know I will be seeing Beyonce in concert, so I'm excited about that. So that will be my time to really breathe and unwind. However, I'm putting some things into practice that I'm going to share with you, and give you some tips as well. Not just waiting until I go out of town, but doing some things every day, to just give myself a break and realize that I cannot do it all, and that in order for me to be as productive and just to do the things I'm doing, like I have to kind of take a break as well. I am giving myself permission to take a mental break and to go slow for the rest of 2018. I have a project that I'm working on behind the scenes that requires a little bit more of my attention. And so I'm being mindful of how I'm spending my time so I can focus on this project that I'm working on actually for the remainder of the year, to kind of help me be more strategic in my business, and then also prepare myself for more speaking opportunities. So now I want to give you 6 reasons why you need to take a mental break. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you take a moment to pause and get your notebook and your pen ready, because you're going to want to jot down a few things. Also, the Show Up For You 4-day challenge is a free challenge that I created to help you get motivated and begin to show up for yourself. So this free challenge will teach you that there's a purpose for your life, and you were called to do something greater than go to work every day. It's also going to teach you how to get clear about what you want for your life, and more importantly, what you don't want. This free challenge will also teach you that you matter, that your needs matter, that you deserve to put you first without feeling guilty. It's going to teach you how to start taking small steps in order to make progress and move forward in your life. And then lastly, it's going to teach you that you cannot afford to waste any more time, that you have to take action now. So if you're like me and you need to take a mental break, this is the perfect time to join the Show Up For You challenge. Again, it is for 4 days, and you're going to get a video delivered in your inbox along with some worksheets to help you work through it. So the link for the challenge will be in the show notes, but definitely sign up for that, because again, it will help you as you begin to take your own mental break. You can start to reflect and figure out how you can show up for yourself. All right, so the 6 reasons why you may need to take a mental break. Number 1, you feel stressed out at work and or in your home. So everything is stressing you out, from the family, the job, the workload, everything. And you just feel like you just cannot shake it. This may be one reason why you need to take a mental break. Number 2, you're easily agitated about every little thing. I mean, the traffic is causing road rage. Your kids are getting on your nerves. Everything that your boss says, just works you to no end. You may need to take a break. Number 3, you neglect yourself, and it's starting to show, whether excessive weight loss or excessive weight gain. Maybe your skin could be breaking out. This was an issue for me that I'm finally getting cleared up. I was getting all these acne and everything on my face, and I know it was due to feeling stressed. You may have an issue with negative self-talk and self-sabotage, and so you're constantly being down on yourself. And then lastly, you may not be taking time out for yourself. So no self-care practices or anything like that, and as a result, that's causing you to feel stressed. Number 4, you're constantly anxious and overwhelmed. So your anxiety is at an all-time high, and you're overwhelmed and just feel like you're all over the place at any given moment. Number 5, you lack focus, and you're constantly being distracted by every little thing. So it's hard for you, and this ties into the anxiety as well, but it's hard for you to sit still and focus on one thing. Your mind is all over the place, worrying about bills, thinking about what you have to do, thinking about your goals, the work that you have to do, what you have to do for your mama, your sisters need you, everything. And it's just so much on your mind that is causing you to lose focus and constantly be distracted. And then number 6, you feel disconnected with life, and you feel like blah, and just being in a funk, like I've talked about before. You don't feel like anything is progressing in your life, and you just feel out of it. These are 6 reasons why you need to take a mental break. And now I'm going to give you some practical things that you can do in order to take the break that you need. Number 1, take a mental health day at work. So I'm sure you got vacation and sick days that you have not used. I want you to schedule a mental health day, a mental break day, whatever you want to call it. And you take that full day off. You don't let nobody know that you're off work, because if you let people know, then they start putting things on your calendar. And you do exactly what you want to do. That could be staying in bed all day, watching your favorite show, eating your favorite food. That could be treating yourself to lunch and maybe going to a movie. Whatever it is that you want to do, you go out and you do that. All right? So don't let these sick days and vacation days build up and you never use them. Don't give somebody else all of your time and you never give back into yourself. All right? Take a day off from work. Trust me, the place will survive without, even if you're not there for one day. Number 2, log off from social media at a set time every day. So have a bedtime, have a cutoff time for social media. So maybe or internet period, right? So maybe you turn off your phone, you log out of all of your apps at 6 o'clock every day or 7 o'clock, whatever is a good time, and you log off. And then you take that time and maybe catch up on a book that you wanted to read, or maybe a show that you're behind on and you want to binge a couple of episodes, or maybe just go to bed and rest, or take a detox bath, right? But log off from social media so that your mind is not constantly going and looking at other things, but log off and take a break from it. Number 3, take time out for play. So do something fun, and what I mean by that is like do something childlike. So color in your coloring book. If you don't have it yet, definitely pick up the Free Your Mind journal because there's coloring pages in there. There's journal prompts, writing exercises that can definitely help you tap into doing something fun and for yourself. I'll drop the link for the Free Your Mind journal in the show notes. Maybe jump rope or hopscotch. Go swing on a swing at the park. Just be silly, but just be childlike. And just that allows you to take your mind off of the stresses of life and just remember what it feels like to be a kid. Number 4, take a walk and connect with nature. So go to your local park, maybe go for a walk on your lunch break, but connect with nature. If you can get close to water, that would be amazing. But somewhere where you can connect and hear the birds chirping, you maybe can hear a waterfalls, see trees, maybe even take your shoes off and let your feet be planted in the grass or on the sand if you're close to a beach. But take a walk. Even if all you have is 30 minutes, do that. Number 5, commute with no tech. So if you are, if you ride the bus or the train or something like that, or maybe you carpool, don't use your technology, don't use your phone or your computer or anything like that, but just think. Just enjoy the ride. Maybe just listen to some music, or maybe just listen to nothing but your thoughts. Okay? Or read a book on your commute. If you are riding, public transportation, read a book or listen to an audiobook. That's a perfect way to catch up on some reading. Number 6, cry if you need to. Crying is so good for the soul. It is so cleansing. So a good cry can always help. I know it helps me. I feel like I cried last week. I know I shed a few tears because I'm like, I just need to release this. But definitely cry if you need to, and it's totally okay, and you don't have to feel any kind of way about it. Number 7, journal and write down your wins. So sometimes we can focus on everything that's not happening, but I'm sure that there have been some things that have happened in your life that you can celebrate. So take time and journal and write down your wins for 2018. Maybe write down your wins for just this month or this summer. But think about all the good things that you are proud of that you accomplished this year. Number 8 is to meditate. All right. So even if you have 5 to 10 minutes a day, just getting silent and meditating is really good to take a mental break. Number 9, unwind and do something that gets you out of your head. So what I want you to do is indulge in a guilty pleasure, whether that's watching a trashy reality show, maybe reading a raunchy book, splurging on a drink at Starbucks, going shopping. Indulge in a little guilty pleasure never hurts anyone, right? So try doing that. And then number 10, which this is the last one, be mindful of your thoughts. Be positive. Only positive self-talk, all right? So that is work in itself, But I know oftentimes we focus so much on what we don't like about ourselves and what we don't like about our life. And I want you to focus on being more positive and to think more positive. Again, the Free Your Mind Journal, it has affirmations. And again, writing prompts to help you start to work through that, as well as coloring pages that you will enjoy. So again, the link for the Free Your Mind Journal will be in the show notes. And that's what I have for you this week. So if you're like me, you need a mental break, you need to breathe, you need to chill, you need to slow down, you need to just be. All right. So this episode was probably more so for me than it was for you. But I will be slowing down and just spending more time on the things that, I guess, the things that are going to prepare me for 2019, because my mind is already there. But I'm going to be mindful of just relaxing and chilling and not feeling like I always have to be on. And I'm definitely, and you have my word, I am not adding anything else to my plate other than what's already scheduled, for sure. So your action step this week is to commit to doing one thing on the list that I shared. So out of the 10 tips that I just shared with you, I want you to choose one thing that you're going to incorporate. I want you to share that with me on our Instagram page, which is Girl Be Free Podcast, and let me know what's one thing that you are going to do to begin to take a mental break. All right. So, of course, I shared with you last week that I'm doing something new on the podcast where I'm featuring dope women doing dope things, right? So I follow a lot of amazing women, and I want more and more people to know what they're doing and what they're up to. And then I want you to go follow and support them as well. This week, I am highlighting Linda Mallory. She has been a supporter of Be Free Project, I believe, since the very beginning. We've worked together with one-on-one coaching, and she's a part of the Be Free Inner Circle. She's come to my events when I did an event at in North Carolina last year. She drove from Maryland to North Carolina to see me. So she is like my ride or die, right? And she is doing some dope things. She just had a makeover. She just did a new photo shoot. And she's going to be making some updates on her website. So I want to shout her out, and I want you to follow her. Her Instagram page is A Life with a View blog, and I will link to her in my show notes. But go and show her some love. She got some new pictures. She got a makeover, and she's looking very beautiful. And so she's a dope woman doing dope things this week, and I wanted to shout her out. Lastly, I have a couple of events coming up. On Saturday, September 22nd, I will be hosting the Be Free Meetup, which is sponsored by the Greater Cleveland Urban Film Festival. And we're going to have an amazing experience where women will connect, have interactive conversations, and just learn how to network with positive, like-minded women. So tickets are available. Space is limited, so you don't want to wait till the last minute. And no matter where you're at, you are welcome to join. On September 29th, I will be speaking at the Heal the Woman, Heal the Nation conference, sponsored by Mended Inc., and I will be one of the guest speakers, and tickets are available. I will drop the link for that in the show notes as well. And that's everything that I have coming up. So please make sure that you are subscribed to my weekly newsletter, where every week I send out inspiration and motivation to further inspire you. And I want you to continue, because y'all have been doing a great job. So continue to share the podcast with your friends. Continue to give me feedback on Apple Podcasts and let me know what you like. If there's a topic that you want me to discuss, I have a link in the show notes where you can just kind of fill out this little form or whatever and let me know what you want to hear. It's literally 1 or 2 questions. Or you can always DM me on Instagram on the Girl Be Free Podcast page and let me know what's something that you want to hear, if there's a topic that you want me to discuss, or if there's a question. And please, 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 as always, I say this every week, share the podcast on your page, in your newsletters, on your blog, on your IG stories, on IG period, on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever. Share it, tag me, get the word out. Especially if you are benefiting or if you're finding value in the podcast, definitely help me get the word out by sharing it with others. I appreciate you so much for doing that. And until next time, girl, be free. Thank you so much for listening. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling really fancy, go ahead and leave a review. Until next time, be free and live.